right, y'all. Let's talk about this because the internet is on fire again. And honestly, I don't know why people are acting shocked. We've been here before. So, Chrisean Rock is getting dragged all over the internet after an interview where she said, and I'm quoting this exactly, "Sometimes I wish I never had my kid. There's just so much evil around him. In his daddy, in his grandma, in people." Girl, the whole internet stopped breathing for 5 seconds. Now, here's the messy part. A lot of people online are saying this only sounds harsh because, well, she had the baby for Blueface, not for the baby. And honestly, you don't need a detective for that one.
He gonna see is defending him as his mama. Is that okay? You know, like, it's like personally, I wouldn't even, honest to God, that's why sometimes I wish I never had my kid because of the evil stuff that's
carried over your head.
No, it's like
just how the evil in the world.
Yeah, so much evil, but even it's close to my kid. It's in his daddy, it's in his grandma, it's in the people.
People are pointing out that Blueface did not want another baby. He said it. He repeated it. He yelled it. And Chrisean still said, yeah, I'ma do it anyway. And look, I'm not blaming the kid, but everybody who's been watching this situation unfold for the last 2 years is like, raise your hand if you're surprised. Exactly. Put it down. Now, Blueface's family, the grandma, the aunties, they've all said that baby. They just want her to drop him off so they can actually help him. And honestly, from the outside, it does look like the only time Chrisean talks about the child is when she's dragging Blueface online. Meanwhile, Blueface is posting medical issues, hernias, doctor's appointments, because he said she wasn't taking the baby in for the second surgery he needed. Was it the right way to do it? Probably not. But I'm not gonna lie. The internet keeps saying Blueface was desperate for someone to pay attention and get the kid real help. And look, Blueface ain't perfect. We know that. But choosing between him and Chrisean in this specific situation, a lot of people feel like Blueface's side of the family is the only one actually trying to get Junior the help he needs. And honestly, if you're going to talk about evil around the baby, start with the part where you were smoking and drinking while pregnant, because the internet did not forget. I'm just saying what the timelines are saying.
Raise your hand if you're surprised that Chrisean Rock wishes she never had that baby. Everybody's hand should be down. Because why are y'all surprised? I know the baby wish she ain't never had that baby.
Honest to God, that's why sometimes I wish I never had my kid because of the evil stuff that's
carried over your head.
No, it's like
just how the evil in the world.
Yeah, so much evil, but even it's close to my kid. It's in his daddy, it's in his grandma, it's in the...
We all knew she shouldn't have had that baby. She had the baby because of Blueface, who didn't want the baby and didn't need no more babies. Like, why is this even in the headlines? Why are we acting surprised? This is not a huge revelation. We all know that she wishes she didn't have the baby because Blueface didn't stay with her. And then here come Clarissa talking about, oh, she was smoking and drinking during the pregnancy. We know that. You not telling the tabloids nothing. You are just looking for clout every time you speak. And we know you in love with your sons. You got a weird relationship and we all scared. So you don't need to talk to nobody about parenting.
Now let's talk about Jada versus Gorgeous Doll. Because baby, this beef is giving Fashion Week with no security. So Gorgeous Doll came online accusing Jayda Wayda of copying a tracksuit design. And Jada said, "And what about it?" Like she literally responded with the energy of a girl who knows she sells out every drop. And honestly, Jada wasn't lying.
Let's do a little business 101. Just because this is a topic, even if I'm not a part of it, I see it happen so very often. Entrepreneurship, period, is a cutthroat industry. I always say this term: you're either going to fall short or fall in line. You have to keep up with trends, you got to keep up with what's ahead, and you got to keep up with what people want. The hardest thing to do is patent or copyright a garment. So like a jacket, a skirt. That is probably one of the hardest things to do, because so many of these things that we see have, quite frankly, been done before. The only thing that is technically yours when you are selling garments is your logo. So I see a lot of dupes of Wayda Men, but they'll either do no logo or they'll put something else where my logo is. And can I be mad at that? No, because guess what? This is how the game goes. And this conversation is only for people who mentally understand the ecosystem, because those are the people that are, quite frankly, successful in this ecosystem. And whether you get inspo from back in the day, traveling, art, music, a specific person, you're being inspired somewhere. I just think when people get on here and complain about somebody copying them, it just screams like, yo, shit not selling. Because I have seen bigger companies than me steal the mojo. And I don't get on here and want to argue, because guess what? My shit's selling. Granted, if your way of getting your flowers or the recognition you deserve is bigger brands and influencers you feel like are copying you, so be it. I hope you sell out. But as an entrepreneur, and as you grow, you have to literally learn how to alchemize the fact that people are going to copy you. And here's the hard truth: sometimes they might actually do a better job at what you've done. And I had to adapt that mindset as an entrepreneur just as years go on, because that don't stop my dollar at all. So I say all that to say, get better marketing rather than using hate or calling people out to boost sales, because that's not gonna stick in a world that is so fast and people all selling and doing the same shit. What really make you stand out as a business, aside from bickering and calling people out? Like, that shit not cute. That shit don't stick. We need more. Balenciaga not worried about Bottega. I mean, I'm pretty sure they on the radar and keeping up with what Bottega dropping, so they know what to drop as well. But nobody getting on here bickering and going back and forth with people they need to be inspired by. Good night.
Gorgeous Doll clapped back, calling Jada's pieces made for 13-year-old boys with BBLs, and said her brand is inclusive, from XXS to 3XL. Which is cute, but let's be honest, the crowd was not on her side. Because when Jada said, "If your stuff is selling, you wouldn't be on the internet yelling," that hit hard. Jada's supporters, Black Twitter, Instagram fashion girls, they all said the same thing. Jada's clothes sell out in 2 minutes. If someone copies you and still outsells you, maybe the problem isn't the copying. And baby, the way they dragged Gorgeous Doll's vendor receipts, yeah, it wasn't looking good.
Thing today, and I was just letting the day play out. But the fact that you would come online and comment and say no saggy pussy parts. Nobody, listen, everybody doesn't want a fucking yeast infection, okay? And not everybody is built like a fucking 13-year-old boy before the surgery. And so it's like, for you to say that, you would never understand my line, because my line is inclusive. No matter if you're a XXS or a 3XL, Like, I'm showing that you could still be a bad bitch and wear everything else that everybody else is wearing. You could be a 3XL and wear this motherfucking baddie outfit. You only pander to fucking minors and bitches that have bodies. That's it, that's all. Me, I'm all inclusive. My brand is for everybody. Big, tall, short, small. So it's like, for you to say some shit like that, it just shows your brand only markets to motherfucking kids and girls who literally either are built like 13-year-olds or just a BBL bandit. The BBL bandits can't even fit your shit, to be honest, because you only make clothes for bitches who have a body type like yours, which is fine, that's your brand. But don't talk shit about my motherfucking brand because of the fact that I'm able to crack codes and